Chapter 1. Tom Takes a Ride. Tom Thumb was a very small boy, as small as a thumb. One day, Tom asked his mother, "Can I go to the playground to meet my friend Mo?" "Not yet," said his mother. "First, you have to practice for your piano lesson." Tom ran and jumped across the keys of the piano. After 20 minutes, he said, "Mom, I finished practicing. Can I go to the playground now?" "Yes," answered his mother. "But don't be late for lunch." "Don't worry," said Tom. "I'm just going to the playground. I'll be back soon." Tom walked to the playground. Mo was not there yet, so he sat on a wall and waited for her. Tom saw a beautiful butterfly with many colors. The butterfly asked him, "Would you like to go for a ride?" "Sure," said Tom. Tom climbed on the butterfly's back. The butterfly flew over the trees and high into the sky. The butterfly flew higher and higher until they were going through the clouds. Tom could see for miles. Then the butterfly went down through the clouds again. Tom saw a strange, beautiful city. It looked like a magic place. The butterfly flew to a palace. A maid was in the yard taking clothes down from a clothesline. The butterfly flew down to the clothesline. Poor Tom fell off the clothesline and into a jacket. The maid did not see him. She folded the jacket and put it in a basket. It was very hot inside the jacket, and Tom could not get any air. He was afraid. Slowly, he climbed out the jacket. He climbed down the outside of the basket and into the yard. "Phew, that was a close one," Tom said. Chapter 2. Tom Meets a Princess. Tom ran out of the palace yard. He did not want anyone to fold him in any more clothes. Tom came to a beautiful garden on the other side of the palace. Tom jumped happily from one flower to another. They smelled lovely. Suddenly, a hungry cat came into the garden. The cat thought, "What a nice little mouse. I think I'll eat it." Meow. The cat ran after the little boy. Tom ran too, but the cat was much bigger and faster than he was. The cat was getting closer and closer. "I'm not a mouse. I'm a little boy," cried Tom. The cat did not hear him. Then the butterfly saw Tom and called, "Don't worry, I can help you." The butterfly came down and flew off quickly with Tom on its back. "Phew, that was a close one," Tom said. The butterfly carried Tom to another part of the palace grounds. A young girl was playing on the grass. She ran in circles and carried something in her hands. Suddenly, a net came down and caught Tom and the butterfly. They could not get out. "Help!" Tom cried loudly. The girl looked inside the net. "What a funny butterfly," she said. "I'm not a butterfly," cried Tom. "I'm a little boy. Please take me out of here." The girl took the butterfly and Tom out of the net. The butterfly flew off. "Who are you?" the girl asked Tom. Chapter 3. Tom Climbs a Tree. "I'm Tom Thumb," answered Tom. "Who are you?" "I'm Princess Ming Sung," said the girl. "I live in that palace over there." "Do you like being a princess?" asked Tom. "Not always," answered Min Sung. "I don't have very many friends. Will you play with me?" "Sure," said Tom. "Don't look." He ran behind a flower and called, "Can you find me?" Min Sung laughed happily and ran after him. She looked all over the palace grounds. "Where are you?" she called. "Over here," Tom answered. "Behind the yellow flower." Min Sung found him there. "Hide again," she said. Min Sung closed her eyes. Tom wanted to find a good place to hide. "I know," he thought. "I'll hide in a tree." He climbed to the top of a tall tree. It was tall for Tom. Min Sung looked all around. "Where are you?" she called. "Up here," Tom answered. The princess looked up. She could not see Tom, but she could hear him laughing. She climbed to the top of the tree and found Tom behind a leaf. "Ha! I found you," she said. "I'm so happy you're here. Do you want to meet my family?" "Sure," said Tom. Tom quickly climbed down the tree. Suddenly, Min Sung started to cry. "What's the matter?" Tom asked. "I don't know how to climb down," Min Sung answered. "Don't worry," said Tom. "I can help you." "I'm too afraid," cried the princess. "Please go to the palace and get my mother." Chapter 4. Tom Meets the Queen. Tom walked to the palace. He felt a little nervous. He hoped the queen would not be angry with him. The palace stairs were very big, and Tom was too small to climb them. "Oh, no," he thought. "How can I get inside?" Just then, the butterfly came back. "Don't worry, I can help you," it said. Tom climbed on the butterfly's back. Together, they flew up the stairs and through an open window. They flew through the big, beautiful rooms of the palace. Finally, they came to the queen's living room. There was no one there. Tom saw a drum in the corner. He climbed off the butterfly's back and up the side of the drum. Tom played the drum with his hands and feet. He played loudly and softly. He played quickly and slowly. He was having a great time. The Queen was walking down the hall when she heard music from the living room. "Who's there?" she called. "Who's playing my drum?" Now Tom was afraid. He was sure the Queen would be angry with him. He jumped off of the drum and hid behind it. The Queen walked into the empty room. "That's strange," she thought. "No one's here." Just then, the Queen heard a cough. She was surprised. The cough came from behind the drum. The Queen looked behind the drum and found Tom. Now Tom was very afraid. "I'm sorry," he said. "Don't be sorry," the Queen said kindly. "Your music is lovely. Who are you?" "I'm Tom Thumb," he answered. "I was playing with your daughter outside. She climbed to the top of a tall tree, and now she can't get down." "My silly girl," the Queen said, smiling. Chapter 5. Tom Goes Home. The Queen sent for her carpenter and asked him to bring a ladder. "We must help Min Sung," she said. They walked outside together. The carpenter climbed the ladder and carried the princess down from the tree. "Phew, that was a close one," Min Sung said. "Thank you for playing with my daughter," the Queen said to Tom. "She needs a friend like you. Would you like to come and live with us at the palace?" "Thank you," Tom said, "but I can't stay. I have to go home for lunch." "My magic butterfly will take you home," the Queen said. She clapped her hands. A butterfly flew down. It was the same butterfly. Tom climbed onto the butterfly's back and said goodbye to his new friends. Min Sung watched sadly. "Please come back soon," she said. "Sure," said Tom. The butterfly flew through the clouds and down again. They were at the playground. Mo was sitting on the wall. The butterfly flew down to her shoulder, and Tom said, "Hi." "I'm so happy to see you," Mo said. "Me too," Tom answered. "Will you have lunch with me?" Mo, Tom, and the butterfly went to Tom's house. Tom's mother was in the yard, hanging up some clothes to dry. The butterfly flew down, and Tom jumped off. "You're just in time for lunch," Tom's mother said. "I told you I'd be back soon," Tom said with a little smile.